My name is Jason Hetler, strength and power coach with ALTIS, working mostly with the 100 and 200 meter runners. ALTIS is an elite track and field training center, really focusing on both athlete development as well as coach development. It's a very international group, so we've got about 40-45 athletes right now, and I'm going to estimate 20 to 25 different countries represented. We'll go warm up B, we're going to go 6 on the TA, since it's a little bit chilly. Get you guys up and moving after that. 12 on everything else, 30 meters on mobility, 20 on the sprint drills. We do a version of the same warm up every day. So that allows us to really determine an athlete's normal movement pattern when they're repetitively doing these same movements. And then over time we can develop those norms and begin to identify if an athlete is deviating away from those. You look freezing, man.
Yeah,
you gotta keep moving.
I didn't even know it was that cold. So.
There's only 4 reps in the workout, so we're looking for 4 high quality reps there. So we want to make sure that there's enough work in the warm-up to allow them ready to hit those reps with quality off the start instead of wasting the first couple still trying to get into it. A little bit flatter, Andre. Today's a speed session, so we're going to be on the grass over wickets. It's a 90 meter total distance, 2 sets of 2 reps with 5 minutes and 8 minutes rest in between. The objective today is more about posture and technique, especially through those upright, tall positions. We use the wicket drill quite often to reinforce those postures and positions. We start with it week 1 of the training, and we'll keep them in for most of the training season, progressing from the grass to the track. 2 by 2. Make sure we're carrying it through the far cone. It's 90 meters. 5 minutes in between reps, 8 minutes in between sets. Everybody should know what lane they're in. Everybody's warmed up and ready to roll? Everybody good? All right. One after another as soon as you guys are ready. Get up and get tall. Keep it going. Good.
This is about rhythm, just about being smooth. Focus on the rhythm when you get upright and running. It's hard because it's to 90 meters and you don't really run upright in 100 meters for 90 meters, so it's challenging, but it's just going to help with the later end of the race. This is my first time doing a full training with these guys, so it's been good so far, so we'll see what 2018 brings.
The big thing for CJ is getting his thigh up and then bringing it straight down to the ground, not getting too long with his stride. So that's actually really good for him. He can get a little bit more height out of that thigh than what he had there. But what I liked about that is he's not reaching out, not casting too much to get through it. For him, it's going to create more space between his foot and the ground to allow him more space to then put negative foot speed into the ground and create more force. It's also going to set up a nice stretch reflex by hitting some of the end range of motion. Will then allow him to snap it back a little bit more efficiently instead of having to work very hard mechanically to do so. It's about some fluid movement, opening up a little bit, allowing himself to get some of those end ranges, and what we hope to see is a little bit more of an efficient execution through the sprint. All right, Dre, just like the last one.
How does it feel to go the full 90 meters?
This is 90 meters? I didn't even know that. No wonder I'm out of breath.
How do you think a workout like this helps you? What do you get out of this?
I think it just helps me open up. I think this part of the race you use like from 30 meters to about 70 meters. This is where you kind of gotta hit it, in the race. So I think, doing that, it kind of helps me, get my form, get my technique right.
Andre is a very special talent. His ability to coordinate his body and communicate between his limbs while he's sprinting is phenomenal. So a lot of it is posture, getting them to feel a nice tall upright position, lift their legs off the ground, and then build pressure throughout the run. So the wicket spacing will increase as they go through. Therefore, their speed needs to increase as they go through. So allowing these guys to go through the wickets and really feel the positions and really target that under a little bit of fatigue. That's why we set it up with 90 meters and 24 wickets. So it's about 50 to 60 meters worth of wickets with a 30-meter run out afterwards. Really, with a lot of these guys, a lot of higher level guys, the big piece is just keeping them healthy, because they've already got the tools in their toolbox and all the abilities that they need to be fast, and they've exhibited that. So it's just a matter of staying healthy, keeping them on the track, doing what they need to do. Keep your hips up. Oh, I'm gonna have to ride you guys today. You're not getting away with nothing today. This guy, trying to cut corners. Huh? Nothing. Let's talk to Andre. 2 rounds, yeah. Let's focus for another 25, 30 minutes, finish the week out. I know it's Saturday, I know everybody's excited to wrap it up, but we still have a zone 3 max strength day here in the weight room. There's only 2 sets, so same thing goes on the track. Make sure we go through this warm-up as well as some warm-up sets on the trap bar and the split squat before we start counting the working sets. They should be heavy. We're not going to push it quite like we did last cycle, but they're still meant to be heavy. Maintaining good positions, going through it. Same movements, trap bar deadlift, split squat, razor curl, then we'll head outside. This is pretty typical of a Saturday lift. We'll progress through the emphasis throughout the training year, kind of going eccentric contractions to isometric to concentric. The intensities on the track are picking up quite a bit. We're just getting into spikes, we're just coming out of blocks and increasing the work on the track more. So that takes quite a load on these guys, and they put a lot of intensity in those sessions. So we want to keep the weight room a little bit more moderate, for lack of a better term, and at least consistent with what we have been doing, so as to not have any negative interference from what happens in here to on the track. Go a little bit wider with your feet side to side. Good, that's better. That's better, CJ. Control that chin, keep that chin down a bit. The focus here is the eccentric hamstring control. Very important aspect to hamstring health and sprinters and really all athletes. And then this is a razor curl, so this is one of our favorite movements to go after that objective. That's it, there we go. Yes, excellent. CJ's doing really good. CJ's been on this exercise for a little bit longer, so you can see that he's progressed out a little bit further. He's also able to do it with a weight vest now and control that range of motion. It's a pretty high-powered sprint group right now, so when we get into the season a little bit further and get these guys lined up next to each other, there's some practice sessions that turn out to be very competitive and pretty high-level competitions, matching any meet that some of these guys will go to.